because Titans All-Pro safety Kevin Byard is on the line right now. What's happening, KB?
Hey, what's going on, Buck?
Man, not much. What was your day like? What's happening on the practice field today?
Nothing but work, man. You know how I go. Obviously, another day of OTAs, just trying to get better, coming together as a team. Still, obviously, implementing the system for a lot of the young guys, still learning, still growing. So, just having fun.
I gotta be honest with you, Kevin. When you talk to the rest of us vultures on the podium last week, it made me kind of sad because you were talking about what you're doing to keep your body right at this stage in your career, and it hit me right in the chest because my rookie reporting year was your rookie year, and now I feel like we've been doing this for so long, Kevin, and it just, I don't know. I had like a weird, like, sentimental moment in the middle of that. I'm like, this sucks. This shouldn't be like this. I feel like we're getting old.
Yeah, man. Like you said, it's how it goes, man. But obviously, you don't have to go out there and chase around these tight ends and receivers and stuff like that. So I wouldn't expect you to be dying the same way that I am. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, just let you know, man. Time's flying by, man. Just going on year 7, man. It's incredible.
It is incredible, and obviously you've done an incredible amount of great work for the Titans throughout the course of your time here. I mean, when I know this is not the time of year to be reflective and things like that, and I know Vrabel would wag a finger at me if I was asking him this kind of a question. But just, I mean, do you ever kind of like take a step back and look at just how much different things are for you personally and for your team since you arrived here? Because that stark difference, Kevin, it's not lost on me. I mean, every day that I get the opportunity to go out and cover practice.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. I'm pretty sure that even from your first year to how different, even the media, you got new media people in here. Same thing for me. Me and Derrick Henry are the last guys from our draft class. You see the team, guys come, guys go, guys get injured, guys get cut, different things like that. So I think for me, it's just reflective to understand every time I walk into the building. I'm blessed to be here. Obviously, anything can happen any single day where this could be my last time walking the building. So just a lot of gratitude, just understanding how blessed I am to be in this position.
Titans All-Pro safety Kevin Byard is here with us on 104.5 The Zone, kind enough to give us some time coming off the practice field. So I know there are moments that you're getting to appreciate now in the offseason. I saw that your high school, for example, named their weight room after you. I saw on your Instagram story you were taking a tour and getting to appreciate that with your family and your kids. What are the kind of the emotions that go through you during something like that? Because I gotta imagine that hits a little different.
Yeah, I mean, just walking up and down the hallways, man. I was like, those same hallways when I was 15, 16, 17, I was the hallway going into the weight room, at times during gym class, I used to be out there on my own doing ladder drills, you know what I'm saying? Like, and at the time, I was just trying to become a better football player to try to win a state championship. That's all we wanted to do in high school. And then it went on to try to go, chase a college ring and a bowl game. And now it's chasing a Super Bowl ring. So just real reflective, just understanding how far I've came. Obviously, my family was there. Former high school teammates were there as well. We're sharing stories, talking about, the bond and the camaraderie we used to have and things like that. So, like you said, man, but another thing is funny, and I know some older veterans and retired players have talked about it, man. When you get to those type of milestones in your life, man, all that really means you're just getting old. If they're retiring, retiring my number there and name me at the high school, it just means I'm getting old, man. That's all.
That's what I'm saying. We're not even 30 yet, KB, and I'm looking around. I'm like, it shouldn't be like this. It should not feel like this, and yet, it's just the progression of life, and everybody goes through it at various points. I mean, if 16-year-old Kevin Byard wandering the halls, between classes and things like that. When you kind of imagine the journey that you were going to be on, Kevin, not necessarily knowing how you would go about getting there, what from what you kind of imagined and were working towards the goals that you had in your mind, what kind of did you anticipate, and what has been completely different from the point that you find yourself at right now?
Yeah, man, to keep it 100, man, being in high school, I would say NFL was definitely in my mindset, but it was in the back of my mind. Like, it wasn't somewhere I just knew I was just going to be this all-pro NFL football player, man. Honestly, it was chasing a D1 scholarship, you know what I'm saying? Coming from humble backgrounds, I was just wanting to go get a scholarship, be able to go to school for free, so my mom didn't have to pay for anything. I didn't have to, go to a community college, nothing like that. That was the goal. It was obviously chase a state championship ring, but turn this into a D1 scholarship, and I was able to do that. So I was kind of like a step-by-step kind of guy, because even coming out, I wasn't just super highly recruited. Coming out of when I went to Middle Tennessee State, even when I signed my letter of intent, like a lot of guys in high school, was all thinking I was going to go SEC, ACC, or something like that. So when I was telling people I was going to Middle Tennessee State, guys were like, Middle Tennessee, where is that at? Is that D1 AA? Like, most guys didn't even know where the school was. So not necessarily saying that it was embarrassing or nothing like that, but in my mindset, I thought I was going to be an SEC player, and it kind of humbled me a little bit. So it made me work even harder when I got to MTSU to prove myself right, obviously, but to prove all these schools that kind of, didn't offer me a scholarship, prove those guys wrong. And I think it's been a driving force that I've always felt like I've been underrated. I always feel like, I was a better player than what the world might have thought I am. So that's always going to keep a chip on my shoulder. It's obviously continued till now, regardless of, what type of year I had last year. I had to continue to prove myself right every single time I hit the field that, I am one of the best. I am the best that I can possibly be. So that's always going to try to, be a motivating factor in my life.
Yeah, the physical accomplishments and the athletic feats that you guys perform, I mean, obviously those are incredible, but the mental stuff is always the thing that kind of draws me in, because when you describe that, Kevin, it's compartmentalizing in ways that no 16-year-old or no, college athlete should be able to do, and yet it's an essential thing for you now and throughout the course of your NFL career that you had to learn at an early age. And I find that part of it really, really interesting, because it's not something that I've ever been able to do in my life, Kevin. I'll be honest with you, ever at any point.
But honestly, man, it's kind of all about just reflecting, always thinking back. So any type of moments, and anytime I've ever had an opportunity to sit back and reflect and kind of meditate on things I've been through or whatever year I had, trying to reflect on that year, similar things always tend to pop up. And I think the thing that always pop up is that, always understand that, yes, you have been underrated, you have been overlooked, and always just trying to find ways to motivate myself every single year, because, you think about 2019, right? I got a new contract, so I wanted to prove the organization, I wanted to prove everybody I was worth this contract. Had a great year. Actually had 5 interceptions. Coming to 2020, COVID year, a lot of different things happened in my life, a lot of things happened around the world. Had a down year. Going into that off season, did a lot of reflecting. Had to go out there and really prove myself, and prove to myself first, but then prove to the world and prove to everybody, prove to my teammates that I was the safety that I knew I was. Had a great year. But now it was like coming off a great year in 2021. Now what's the motivating factor? Everybody's first team All-Pro. Oh, he's great. He's this. What's going to be the chip on my shoulder I had to find this year? So every single year I'm finding ways to motivate myself, finding ways to continue to strive and continue to push myself forward, pushing myself to that next